So, going around looking for more footage and shit. This is some more shit I found. Move my head out of the way. That's a carpet bomb, bro. This is and those are the sound of the CAs. See it? Fire. That guy, I used to perform the other video. That's close. I wouldn't be that close. Get in a boat and go down the coast. Hey, the Blackhawks are coming in. Are those Blackhawks? No, they're helicopters. Why aren't these people shooting landscape and not in portrait? Dude, that's nuts. They're just dropping bombs all over this. Bro! That's wild. That is not what I was going to think I was going to wake up. Just to point out, Shabbat. Kind of funny how it always ends up being Jewish holidays. Yeah, we're in a golden age. Fucking Saturn bullshit. Fucking hate these people.
Mira, huevón, durísimo, chamo. Ya vas a ver un incendio, pero una vaina. Oye, marico, algo está pasando.
Here comes the secretary, bro. Get it. Hey, everything's shaking.
Que se queda allá.
I think we're breaking laws now, because I think we're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to go in once and then go again. Like, it's carpet bombing. This is 100% what I called it before. This is what it looks like. This is what that is. This is wild. That's wild to see in the water. See, that's what I'm talking about. See all that extra shit that show you it causes the fire. It's like I want to say it's thermite, but it might be white phosphorus or some shit inside those. That's the next video's gonna play, right? No. Any more copping up? I'll be right back. I'll find more. So you gotta ignore the music. This guy, I'm gonna take it off. I don't want to get copyright and bullshit. But like, this is pretty fucking different angle. The other one we see with them going across the sky was like way further away. You can totally see now that they're actual bombers. They're like some B-52 looking shit. I know they don't use those specifically, but this one's gonna have fucking helicopters. So there might be actually helicopters. That's wild. There might be all those Apaches just fucking flying and fucking shooting shit down. I would put, there's no sound to it. It's just Macarena. Maybe my own sound effects. Fucking kill me. This is what it looks like. Wow. You see the delay on that? They flew over and now they're going off like minutes later. So those motherfuckers go in and don't detonate right away. That's fucked up. I need some kind of background thing. That's weird, man. I say weird. This is fucked up. He's really fucking close. Fuck that. Why would you want to risk your life? It's not worth the footage. Look at everyone. This is what I'd be doing, dude. Scramming. I would have been out and gone before everybody else started running. Fuck that, dude. As soon as you heard the first one drop, run. Especially if you found out it's the U.S. Like, we're notorious for carpet bombing shit. Like, notorious.
Eric Sean in New York, we're a Chandler Painter, and we have the latest news. The White House confirming, according to sources, that the United States is attacking Venezuela in a military operation in these early morning hours.
Oh, fuck. That's what that sound. That's... I hate that they keep it activated. Oh, come on. Okay. Fucking threat. Whoa. Why? Why are you trying to film? This is how brainwashed we are as a fucking culture. Like, you shouldn't, you be, evacuate, figure it out, arm. And, like, then, honestly, you should do secure, arm, then secure. Because you need to find shelter after that. Because they're going to come through a couple more times. They're not going to do this once. They're not going to do this twice like they showed. They're going to come through, probably, they're going to let you think nothing happened. You're done. Oh, they finished. And they're going to come back and do 5 more extra. We're going to keep fucking up the numbers too. So you're not going to know what the fuck's going to go on. So you're just going to live in a constant state of fear. Am I going to get blown up? We've done this since like 1940s. We did the Germany. Like, this is wild. Taking pages out of playbook from the fucking old days. This is going to be like a Franz Ferdinand kind of situation right now. Like, there's a lot of geopolitical shit fucking over right now, and treaties and all this garbage. Like, they're gonna end up at our back door. They literally are. Like, Florida don't realize the amount of like terrorism they're gonna probably face after this. Like, there's gonna be fucking terrorism or full on boots on ground going to like Florida and any other thing like Texas and shit where they can get to. The Gulf is like gonna be fucking just boats getting sent over to us and planes and shit. That would be insane too. Like, something's gonna happen, bro. There's gonna be a lot of terrorism, though. Either from Somalis or fucking this. Like, we just keep fucking with races. Like, this political shit can be used both ways, and people need to realize it. CRG can be worked both ways. There's no way to be a victimhood thing. You can use it as a... Well, it is. You can look at the crime they're doing. Like, you know what I mean? Insert different fear. That's fucking retarded. Fuck. Okay. Hold on. I'll be right back. I got a little more to find. So when I was talking about them kicking out like the Tiny Hat people and a bunch of other shit, it was like, yeah, it was last year. This all happened. They kicked Maduro out, and they were talking about him today. Like he was still there. Like he was supposed to be there. He's not supposed to be there. They didn't want any of that shit. They're kicking things out. This is what they wanted. They wanted their own central banking and shit, and they wanted to do their own shit. This is like, there's a narrative being said to us and we're being told one thing. And now let's go full circle on what I was talking about.
They're in cahoots with the Maduro regime, you know. They're exporting terrorism to America, to the American hemisphere, and then they want these Hezbollah and Hamas to get their guys into the United States. So Hamas and Iran and its proxies are a threat not only to us, but to Israel, all America's allies in the Middle East, and to America itself.
Let me throw some more shit in there too.
What do you think Venezuela is about?
Oil.
Okay, say more.
Venezuela has the largest known oil reserves on the planet, 303 billion direct barrels, something like that. And that's what it's about. It's about oil. And the United States...
It's not just about oil. They wanted to do a lot of things. They have all this oil. They realized they had all this oil. And they're like, we can do our own thing. We can be like our own. We can make our own banks. We can do all that shit.
He's losing control over the oil on this planet, which is what the petrodollar.
They're saying this. We have all the oil here. We just don't pump it anymore. We're supposed to. If we went back, like I said in another video earlier this week, like what happened when he came back? Wasn't he supposed to just start building that pipeline again? And like, what else? Fucking the wall. Complains about immigration, doesn't build that wall he made such a big deal about. That was going to give jobs to people too. That's why they're not doing any of this. They're trying to bankrupt everybody and blow us up and starve us and shit. This is fucking ridiculous.
It's how it keeps its value. Without it being used, without the dollar being used in the largest economy on this planet, it loses its hegemony over the planet and loses its weaponization, as we've seen more and more with nations coming off the dollar. For instance, Venezuela sell oil to China, to India on cryptocurrency and in the yuan. They're not selling it on the dollar at the moment, and that's what it all comes down to. It comes down to the United States needing Venezuelan oil to be sold on the dollar, but also they need the oil as well because they're willing out. And the oil reserves that the United States say they have, I believe, are mostly shale oil, that they need to frack.
What are you gonna do?
And it's very dirty, very expensive, and it's not viable. So that's what it comes down to. It's the oil, baby, and it always is the oil, and it always is the oil resources. They weren't interested in Venezuela at all until they found those.
See, but they were using, because Venezuela, like I said, they're trying to centralize it, make their own they were trying to do a Gaddafi. Like, this is what happens. This is what happens every time. Then this is going to come out in, like, probably in a couple of years, and someone's going to do some good research, and after someone over there translates a bunch of shit and then figures out, and we get to know about it. Like, this is exactly what it seems like. And what I was seeing online, what I was reading about, like, over a year ago. And I said it when I heard it. This was going to happen. So the same thing about all the fucking El Salvador becoming a fucking prison state. Basically, it is now. All the people are magically in jail. Everybody, like they tell us that we're all bad guys. Remember, that's what the arbiters of truth are telling us. They're all criminals and shit. So when they do all these awful things, it justifies them killing them all. Like, they're slaughtering these people, bro. It's
Those all reserves and went for socialist, and then all of a sudden, they're all made.
So hold on. Here it goes right into what like this was only posted a week ago too. This is funny.
They need. It's not the oil tanker. Forget the oil tanker. What they need is the oil. So what they
From
need
Venezuela, they want to
what
access that oil to use it for themselves.
Yeah, they need the oil industry of Venezuela, that 303 billion barrels. We need that country to be toppled, so a pro-CIA dictator goes in there, takes a massive IMF, International Monetary Fund loan for that, which to then they will say, well, we'll build the infrastructure from within Venezuela to be able to, cope with this massive surge in industry, but don't worry, it'll all flitter down to the people, and it'll be great for the people of Venezuela. In reality, what happens is the IMF basically have you over a barrel then, and you have to pay for those loans with increased austerity, meaning the people in that country.
So what are they doing? It's breaking up everything. The banking idea they wanted, the sustainability of their own resources and shit. Like, no one's allowed to ever. They do the same shit to Africa too all the time too. They're just everybody that has actual minerals. We've been doing it since like fucking boats and shit. like we were only using boats.
You're going to suffer, and the infrastructure really is just the infrastructure that you need for the oil. It's not infrastructure for the rest of the people. And oh, by the way, the people are just going to be doing the dirtiest of jobs. Really, the jobs for that industry, they're all going to be outsourced to foreign countries and companies as well. That's what it's about. It's not just about the oil, that they need the oil from this tanker. No. It's the whole thing. And
it's the excuse to take it all. That's what they're doing. They're justifying like the ends with this. It's not. I'm gonna see if I can find any more. So before Gaddafi was, ran in the streets and basically sodomized and fucked and shit and did all that awful shit to him. They fearmongered a lot about the missiles. A lot about missiles magically being there. Like, and their capabilities of being able to hit America.
11 minutes. That's the flight time for a Russian cruise missile to reach Miami from northern Venezuela. 7 minutes if they use a ballistic missile on a depressed trajectory. Last week, those numbers were theoretical, the kind of calculations defense analysts run during peacetime exercises and then file away because the scenarios seemed too improbable. But yesterday, those numbers became...
Why do they seem so improbable? Why would they seem so improbable? Because it's a fictitious idea. Like, they had no means or need to want to... Who would want to take on America? That's like saying like a midget went up in a bar and slapped the big black guy in the ass and told him, square up. Like, you know how dumb that sounds? Like, they know how big they are compared to us. They wouldn't be that dumb.
Operational reality. Russia just positioned nuclear-capable missile systems.
It's always Russia, too, they use. Like, dude, they're not our bad guy. Like, they do this all the time. Russia usually leaks out shit for us.
in Venezuela, and American cities just entered a threat envelope they haven't faced since 1962. And here's what terrifies me most. Almost nobody in Washington is talking about it publicly.
Because it's not true, because it's not a thing, and they're trying to propagate. And this was 2 weeks ago.
Silence is deafening, and that silence tells you everything you need to know about how dangerous this situation has become.
See how they're doing
I'm
this?
John.
They prime us with fear. They use it for resources, but they have an actual main goal, and it's not to allow that banking cartel to leave. And that's why they do the loans. And they do the loans because the cartel owns you. Because to be in debt is a part of the 48 laws of power. Like, it's like the first rules that make people indebted to you. That's why you don't let people give. Like, it's really weird to take handouts. Only take handouts from people you really care about. And even then, it should only be at a dire need. Like, there's no reason to. Like, it just makes more animosity between people randomly. It'll cause issues in the future.
Mearsheimer, and I've spent 5 decades studying how great powers compete, how they threaten each other, and how wars start when rational actors make catastrophic miscalculations. What Russia just did in Venezuela is not some random provocation. This is systematic.
This is like weapons of mass destruction in Israel. They're making up issues for these things.
Calculated and follows a logic I've warned about for years. When you corner a great power, when you push NATO to their borders, when you position your missiles near their homeland, they don't submit.
So from what we gathered with all the shit I already put up, we put our own gangs over there, the cartel and shit, fake pseudo thing going on, and we magically know there's missiles there. Why isn't our on the boots ground people just do it co-oply and not let the American people even know something like this happened? It's propaganda. That's why they're using Russia, a bad guy from 80s action movies, and combining them with Venezuela, Cuba. They're right off the coast. They can get blown up. We want their shit. You just
admit. They find your vulnerabilities. They create symmetric threats. They force you to feel
what they're
the
saying
same
too. I was saying this is going to turn
anxiety
into like
you've been in.
I was making the joke about World War. They say nuclear war. They don't exist. There's no. They use these all the time too. This is all
inflicting on them, and that's exactly what just happened. Moscow looked at the map, identified America's blind spot, and drove a knife.
America's blind spot? You're going to fire into Florida. Hold up. How many military bases in Florida?
Florida has around 20 to 21 major military installations, representing all branches of the armed forces. These include bases for the Navy,
How many bases?
Army,
Hold on.
and Coast Guard.
How many military bases does Texas have?
Texas has around 14 to 15 major active military bases. These include key locations like Fort Bliss.
Okay, so these people are going to go into a space where they will be obliterated off the fucking map in life, and not even the lower equivalent exchange. You just become light, like
Straight into it. This isn't the beginning of a
bro.
crisis.
You're gonna tell me
this is the crisis.
The way Israel has the Iron Dome that protects them, we have something better. Because where do they think they got the technology from? We have the Iron Curtain 2 going on through that shit, Iron Dome. Like, fuck off, dude. This is... You think... The funniest thing, you really think Palm Beach would allow this? Like, this is ridiculous. To even think there's... The idea to even let that even happen, we knew we had boots in the ground and all that, and then use it... It's all propaganda they're using. This is all a fear tool.
And we
it's all
right
pushed
into
forward
it.
towards the idea of what was going to happen.
Routine satellite surveillance over Venezuelan military installations.
Ooh, that's what it is.
Monitoring.
Satellites. Remember, satellites, man. Fuck off with that fake space shit.
The kind intelligence agencies
Only
conduct
space between
constantly.
is
One image showed cargo on an airstrip outside Caracas. Large, rectangular, covered with tarps. Analysts flagged it for processing, initially assuming industrial equipment. Venezuela
tarps.
Receives shipments.
Because these are ooga booga people, bro. They're not. The military doesn't have actual weaponry there. You see what they live in. They're like a level 2 to me. Like, they're not like complete shithold. Like, what the fuck? They have pretty nice areas.
Mundane. But this configuration didn't match known patterns. The dimensions were wrong. The thermal signature suggested climate-controlled transport. The security perimeter was inconsistent with civilian logistics. When analysts zoomed in, when they applied spectral filtering, When they cross-referenced the shape against military hardware databases, the identification was unmistakable. Russian missile launcher.
Yeah, it's enough. He just goes on the rest of the video bullshitting more and more into it. Honestly, I'm probably going to keep making a couple more videos. Whatever comes out will come out. I'll try to find more on this because there's a lot of weird shit I was watching already before this happened that I kept seeing about Venezuela coming up. And I'm like, they're priming us on this. And I was just joking about it online with other people. Like, they've been doing PSYOP after PSYOP after PSYOP. And they're like trying to get everybody into that feeling. Like, they want everybody seems like it. Everybody's on edge and it's after Christmas and New Year's. Usually everybody's chill. Everybody's kind of like weirded out and stuff. Stressed out, hating life. It's weird. Like, not weird. It's all by design. I don't know. Everybody just needs to be more positive and things will attract themselves to it. Have a good day.